Now, Lombok has got to be one of my favorite islands in Indonesia. You know, from its beautiful beaches, raw nature, super friendly people, amazing sunset. It is really one of those islands that are somewhat underrated and often overlooked because, well, you know, Bali is simply next door. But beyond all that, this island truly holds a very special place in my heart. So a couple of years ago, after like my canceled wedding, I embarked on this, you know, solo YOLO trip to Lombok. First time ever I went on a trip purely by myself with technically no plans except just wanting to get away from Jakarta, wanting to have a little break from the craziness and just spend kind of New Year's on my own. So I went to the south of Lombok, to Kuta area. I stayed at this really cute bungalow called Drop In. Now, what started off as a trip with like zero plan turned out to become like a very monumental turning point in my breakup recovery. At that time, obviously I knew I was still, you know, going through a lot of anxiety and mild depression, you know, from my breakup. But I was like literally, I think, in a fuck it mode. You know, I was in Lombok kind of all by myself. I ended up meeting and kind of traveling with this guy I met on Tinder, and now we decided we're gonna go a trip, you know, for New Year's. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? We ended up in a secluded beach far in the east of Lombok. We found our spot on the beach and we just sit back, relax, and, you know, let the trip begin. Literally 5 minutes into the trip, I think we both were like, fuck. I think that was too much. And at that very moment, we realized that this is going to be a heavy one. It started off with this crazy visuals, the beach and the sunset we were staring at starting to shapeshift and change colors. You know, the mountain starts to move, shifting throughout, and the color becomes so vivid. And even when I close my eyes, I can see everything, and the colors just doesn't stop. It's just so intense, it's so beautiful, and visually super fascinating. But for me, the craziest thing was I realized that this trip was like mentally and emotionally like a heavy one. It was as if like my whole shitty year where I went through a crazy anxiety with like of this relationship with my ex, and trying to plan a wedding, and while knowing that everything's about to fall apart, and, you know, going through the breakup and having to deal with kind of facing that your life plan is like crumbling upon you. Like everything I was forced to face everything that happened to me that year. I felt like I was pulled out of like my body, and then I was looking at my life throughout the year, looking at it but in the context of the whole universe. Like my senses of time, space, gravity, like touch, everything, it just like everything was just like mixed in this like crazy universe. And it, in some ways, it gave me perspective, as if like, you know, what happened to me that year, no matter how shit it was only like this one dot in the entire universe. And if you think of it in that context, it doesn't matter. And, you know, having to face it so frontal for like 4 or 5 hours was so intense, but at the end of it, I felt healed. I mean, there were moments when I was like so scared that I might end up on a bad trip, you know, thinking about my canceled wedding and where, you know, this trip is going to take me, and also because I'm with someone who's technically still a stranger to me. So I was so scared that the trip were gonna, you know, bring me to like some very dark corner that I cannot get out of. But I mean, luckily he had the best music playlist ever. I would have to say that, you know, that one crazy trip probably saved me at least a good half a year of therapy. It was so revealing yet healing at the same time. I'm telling this not to advise anyone to go on a trip, you know, after a breakup. I mean, that's really up to you. But I just wanted to reflect and kind of share what happened to me, and, you know, just pay a little tribute to, you know, my favorite island as well. You know, if my life were to be an Eat, Pray, Love book or movie, you know, Lombok would have been the Ubud. I didn't pray in Lombok, but I definitely had a lot of enlightenment. And if you've never been to Lombok, please do visit. You know, if I haven't managed to convince you, hopefully the next part of this video will.
Good evening, everybody.
I just found the keys to a city, the beats are